a new, strong constitution. One that allows us to succeed in creating the greatest republic since Rome. Perhaps to you, this just seems a document.
I propose an executive branch consisting of one person elected by the people of this country. If you have a bad executive branch, you will basically have a bad and ineffective government. If the executive cannot execute the law, then you're not going to have law. You're going to have chaos. If we're going to have an effective government, there must be one person. And if that one person does abuse his power, and if he does do anything inappropriately, then he will be subject to impeachment. And I think that makes the most sense. Additionally, I'd like to say that some people here may feel nervous about supporting a single executive at home. As Mr. Hamilton has said, there's a concern that monarchy is pretty unpopular, and this is not monarchy by any means. I'm sorry, Mr. Hamilton. But basically, I'd like to say that this is not a new concept, actually. In fact, Governor Randolph, you're a single executive yourself. You're the governor of Virginia.
I don't see how we could ever decide to have a single executive run our government. This is the very thing that we've worked so hard to separate ourselves from, and therefore I propose that we have a plural executive comprised of 3 persons.
I am concerned about tyranny too, Governor Randolph, and I think that your proposal invites tyranny rather than prevents it.
A monarch is a person who holds in his hands the entirety of the law. The British system was the best government and is the best government currently that stands. We do not need to throw everything out and start anew merely for the sake of change. We need to not be afraid of the word monarchy. We need to embrace the parts of the system that worked and discard the parts that do not.
I must disagree with many of Hamilton's opinions, for I certainly am scared of the word monarch.
The safeguards are necessary because individual, dare I say, selfish desires tend to be stronger than the desire for the greater good. Our country is large and likely to grow larger. There is great room for expansion in the West, and I've heard it said by many of you that someday we may have as many as 20 or even more states. As such, interests are extremely diverse and will only become more so as the Western territories are established as states.
It is about foreign entities. They will know whatever we decide we publish in a document, they will know if the states have the power to do their own. If the states have the power to do their own, they will seek out whichever is best for them and will be pitting the states against each other to have a better price.
As far as I understand it, it would be a positive thing if there were a little bit of competition between the states. People would shop around, it would be good for the economy. I really see no problem with this.
This will affect the entire nation. If we cannot get good prices for the thing that we are selling, our economy is going to go down, which will drag all of you down with it.
Thank you, Mr. Mason. Was the answer?